Welcome back, my rogues. Today's question is: what would happen if everyone's fetishes all happen at once? I'll leave this to Linda.
Based on what's on Pornhub, there will be a whole lot of awkward family discussions. Sticky. Oh God, you do not know what hell you have wrought on this world. You have destroyed the very fabric of civilization. Sure, you have the vanilla shit, the step family kink. You'll see some people tied up, getting flogged. Screams of pain mixed with pleasure ring through the air, except no. Because we have everyone's fantasies. Everyone, every nook and cranny of human sexuality and kink is explored. And the results are catastrophic. Giant tentacle monsters roam the streets, looking for people to violate with their countless phallus-shaped arms. Anthropomorphic animals are everywhere, hungry for lustful activities. Half human, half monster hybrids take victims by force and subject them to endless intercourse. And this is just the beginning of the depravity. Giants roam the land, swallowing humans and animals alike with every hole you can possibly imagine. And some you can't. The very earth grows penises to fornicate forcefully with every living thing. Every horror you can imagine comes to life as Rule 34's entire database comes to life. Humanity is extinct. Some fuck to death, others the victim of execution fetishists. Even more still suffer fates so indescribably horrible that even thinking about it makes your brain explode. On the plus side, we get cat girls edit. This is the post that explodes. Ha, you sick fucks. Some people have illegal sexual fantasies, so cops might have to put in a few extra hours once they figure out how to uncuff themselves from the bedposts. Millions of copies of many celebrities. Based on hentai, probably lots of mythical yet sexual creatures. Have you ever been on DeviantArt? This reality is over. Honestly, probably way more people than expected coming out of cemeteries. Probably a lot of people filing for divorce. A lot of people taking Plan B. And a lot of people getting tested for STDs. Furries, dragons, catgirls, snake ladies, giants, eldritch abominations, lizard people, etc. And now all real, I guess. A lot less eye contact. Gone? I mean, it's really likely that at least one person's fantasy is to have sex during the apocalypse. Probably covered in tentacles like Futurama the Beast with a billion backs. Well, time for a longer quarantine, everyone. Some people are going to be walking funny for a couple days. Lots and lots of semen and shit and piss drenching the planet. And that's the good news. The universe would be destroyed because there are people who have sexual fantasies about growing their penis so big that they break space-time. I'm not joking. There are people who write in graphic detail stories about their penises growing bigger than buildings, mountains, planets, stars, solar systems, galaxies, universes, and beyond. Edit. Wow. I think this is now my highest rated comment. I did not expect that. Death by Snoosu. The streets spill over white, red, and brown. Scarlett Johansson would have a lot of STDs. Well, in waking up in the morning, suddenly a 300-pound bodybuilder with a naked shit lying on top of me. 147 necrophiliacs and 7 million dead assholes. A lot more furries than you think. Well, there got to be at least one guy who jacks off to an idea of nuclear war. So I guess there will be no tomorrow. I for one welcome our new asexual overlords. If the world is not destroyed by mythical beasts or giant penises or giant breasts, the sewer systems will fail due to all the flushed condoms or other evidence, leading to further chaos. Yeah, probably a lot of victims of extreme violence. My sexual fantasy is that endless money comes out of my vagina and everyone leaves me alone, so yeah, girl is living bougie. Ops mum is really fucking sore. Poor Emma Watson. Shame and regret. Fire and brimstone coming down from the skies. Rivers and seas boiling. 40 years of darkness. Earthquakes. Volcanoes. The dead rising from the grave. Human sacrifice. Dogs and cats living together. Mass hysteria. Everyone walks around in shame for the first 2 days and then the horniness will come back and everyone will be itching to experience their fantasy again. The Craigslist ads would be unreadable. Removed. I get to feel the loving embrace of a human being. Breaking news this morning as thousands of animal people known as furries have sprung up across the Western world. Lol, we're a sex-starved world. I can post anything and it takes days to get responses. I post anything to do with sexual fantasies and get 20 comments in 15 minutes. This is where society went wrong. We just don't get laid enough. At least one guy would empty the Wonder Bread aisle. You're welcome for dragons. Well, first of all I did get to hold hands with my crush. A blanket of cigarette smoke. I think a lot of people would commit suicide or get really depressed. People will actually follow quarantine for at least a day. Hell on earth. Tomorrow, for the first time, I wake up next to my girlfriend who I've been secretly seeing throughout quarantine. Close friends through high school, and in light of the pandemic, the stars finally aligned and we're together. This is real. The fantasy is actually spending the night with her instead of just talking about how much we want to. Tentacles everywhere. There's gonna be one person who fancies Cthulhu and they've just destroyed humanity. The Cincinnati Zoo would be deprived of its gorilla population. Worst case, double the COVID patients in 14 days. Tired of hearing of COVID. Me too. Daycare center. As a young woman, this terrifies me. I know at least 2 guys who have sexual fantasies about me and I so don't want to be involved. Good news, Earth lives. Very sore. Oh boy, you guys are in for a rough time. A contact will disappear quicker than the handshake. Imagine the apocalypse but it's full of semen. I feel like there will be a lot of odd consent situations. What with the prevalence of blackmail porn? Furries everywhere. The pedophile gets the child he wants but also gets raped by a large, dominating gay man. Not the world I look forward to. The male-to-female ratio becomes lopsided overnight with way more females than males. I big Ashley Madison scandal. So many more lesbians. Cities are destroyed by giant Falco fucking buildings. Cream-filled donut because of that one guy thinking it would be fun to literally fuck the planet. He was dumb enough to not use protection and has AIDS. But I guess since he had to be off planet is his space AIDS. I have pink cum. Lots of people in the morning doing the walk of shame. My world consists of me and my girlfriend living in a studio apartment. A huge thunderstorm outside, and cuddling while watching Netflix. There will be hell of a lot less people protesting against Trump because they'd all be getting fucked by their step-parents. My English teacher wouldn't be able to walk for several weeks and her orifices would be stretched beyond what any human should endure because she would have been fucked by 200 horny sophomores and freshmen in one night. I wouldn't be in that group, by the way, just to be clear. I mean, I'm just guessing that that's what would happen cause I obviously don't want to fuck my English teacher. I deck why anyone would think that. I'd imagine whatever a sticky theater floor would look like with the lights up.
Hope you liked this video. Stay frosty my rebels.